Gen 5 Camaro convertible, guys. If you're anything like me, you've run into possibly this problem. Just trying to install my tonneau cover for the first time to find out that the clips and everything that I was reading about don't actually work, because if you look behind here, you don't have a post to put your clip on. So if you're wondering why your tonneau cover keeps flying off, you should have a post on here. What does a post look like? Alright, well, your post looks like this. Just put this one on here because I found in the bag with the tonneau cover there was a little baggie with a page of no words, some instructions, and a couple of these. Wasn't together, just threw the parts together because I'm trying to see how it goes and goes on the car. First thing you need to do is take the plug out to the other side. I reach around with this little pick tool, pop the plug out, grab a pair of pliers, one of those guys down there, and yanked it out. Yanked out the little Christmas tree plug that's in there. That's what they call them. So now when I put my tonneau cover down, the plastic clip piece is actually going to go around this and snap on nice and tight so it doesn't go flying away. Alright, so I'm going to go show you what the piece is when I pop it out of the other side. So the first thing you need to do is, some people were talking about taking things apart, you need to get this off. Alright, I just took my little hook tool, went back here. You got a nice little pair of fastener removers, it'll probably pop it off even easier. But the second thing you got to do is, you got to take this piece of trim off by your seat belts. Now this guy just kind of lifts up. Here's a snap piece about here. Another snap piece in the front here. You just kind of work your way back, nice and gentle. I just use my hands. Nice little tug. Never ease into it. Give a tug. Run your hand along the back. You'll see down here. I just use my fingers and work my hand in. Pull it up. And once this piece is here, kind of slide it forward. You see the seatbelt mechanism, and you'll also see that here's a little Christmas tree guy we got to get out of here, so we can kind of lean this piece here forward. I don't know if you can see in there or not, but we got to get that little plug out. We'll put our new piece in. We'll put this guy in its place. We'll put it like this. It's 10mm wrench in the back. I'm using a little ratcheting wrench here. In the front, let's see what it is. It's looks to be about a T30. T30 is the exact fit. But I found that if I just hold this piece in the back with my hand, kind of crank this with my hand, hold the nut in the back, I can crank this with my hand, get it reasonably tight, and then once it's tight, then I can just snug it up with the ratcheting wrench, so I don't have to do the put your top up halfway so you can get this guy in here. Or what I usually would do is take a 1/4-inch socket, put this inside a 1/4-inch socket, and then I can ratchet it in for tighter spaces. Only have that much space, but I found I could just do it with my hand. Alright, let me get this out and then I'll show you the install part. Alright, first thing I do is I take my little tool. Like I said, I'm just using my little hooking tool here. It's like $1 or whatever it is for a set of 3 of these. I kind of go around the outside so I don't bend the trim too much. I go behind the trim, kind of work it in. You can see, kind of pop it here. And then I can get my pliers on it, yank this guy out. Alright, and there we are. Got the little Christmas tree piece out there. Hopefully we're focusing. And now you can see, kind of beat up the hole a little bit because I use these. I put it flat against, kind of work my way in there, get it flat against here. And I just kind of wiggle it out and pry it out. But anyhow, this piece is all going to be covered with this in a moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to take and push this in like this. show you. It's not the easiest thing to do with one hand, but you know that. It's going to go like that. Let me see if I can get my hand through here. You're not going to work because I'm doing it like this. Alright, let me put this down for a second. Alright, so kind of get it lined up, push it, and I don't know if you can see it, it's starting to come through there. Alright, at least hear it. Well, trust me, if you can't see it, the end of it is through, and it'll straighten itself out when we put a little tension on it and we get these pieces pushed back together. So next thing is take that little nut, get it inside here, and to do that, and drop it inside the ratchet like that, or say ratchet, but ratcheting wrench, and then I can drop this down in place. If you don't feel comfortable in doing this, I suggest put a little piece of tape on your nut so it doesn't fall off and drop down inside there, because that costs you a lot of time. Okay, let me get that worked up with two hands. Okay, she's in place. So we got our new post on this side. You can see inside there, you can see the nut on. As long as you see a couple threads on the other side, it's more than enough tight. Of course, I can go a crap load tighter, but then it'll just break it. And what's the point in that? We don't want to distort the plastic on this side either. So as long as you can see a couple threads through at the end of the nut, more than enough tight. Time to install the cover. But before I install the cover, obviously got to put our piece of trim back in place. So we just kind of move it back to where it's supposed to go, and like I said, just gently work the pieces back in. It snaps back in so nice and light. As you can see, there's a clip in the front here. You see the two clips here, which is basically going to be, looking at the top, about one here, one here. There should be another clip right where the hole is there, another one there. And I believe there's one in the back here, maybe one in the front. Not sure about the one in the front, but definitely one in the back. I can feel it, you even hear it. Work a way forward if you want to work forward to back, or like I like to do, which is I work to the middle. Usually line up the clips to make sure they're in place. One there, and right there. Then you can see your bulge, and from there you can work that. Now this is a about 9-year-old car now. I got it a few months ago. 50,000 miles on it, and somebody's never installed the tonneau cover on it properly. Hopefully this helps somebody else. Let me get that cover and I'll show you some things when we're installing it, how it clips in. Okay, first thing they say to do is put the outside pieces in. I just kind of laid it over the top. I'm just going to slide the outside pieces in. One thing that kind of tricked me a bit is I didn't know how this piece was supposed to fold and go in. I'm talking about this piece here. This is fold to go in, and these are going to meet up with our new posts that we just put in. But first thing we've got to do is kind of get this bent in place, and this is just me doing it. Everybody says how easy it is, but there's the thing is getting it on and making it look like it's right, and then there's the thing about getting it on and actually having it right. And what we want to do is make sure we do a good job on it. That way it doesn't fly off of our car at 70 miles an hour. If you're allowed to drive 70, obviously. Which I am not, because this is New Jersey, and New Jersey sucks when it comes to traffic laws and speed limits. You can actually feel it grabbing there. But first thing you got to do is get this piece in here. Alright, so now we got the fronts in. Basically, you see how the back is kind of popped up. Now I'm going to pause the camera while I kind of try and work the new clips in to the new posts, which I'm sure are going to be nice and tight. Alright, so let me go do that with two hands. Okay, got the first side in, snapped in nice and easy, super soft. Now you can see how the back is kind of wrinkled still, but everything's still kind of lined up in place from here we lead ourselves back to our clip. What I was doing was I was peeking down inside here. I kind of lined the clip up. Hopefully I can see if it snaps. I haven't done this side yet. It's the first time I'm doing it. What I just did was kind of stuck my hand down in here. Got it lined up. Give it a push. I don't know if you heard it snap, but I can sure feel that it's on. Now the rest is just tucking. The rest, we just got to kind of go around the car, tucking it in as we work our way around. Of course, the last part's always going to be the most difficult. Get it in. Oh, see, you get it in. Oh, now that's nice and snug. Now that's how it's supposed to be. That sucker ain't pulling up. Just do one more walk around, make sure it's nice and clipped in like it's supposed to be. Definitely clipped in. And you can definitely feel it when you pull on it. It doesn't want to pull out. But I'm sure it will, nice and easy, because it was just a little piece of plastic. But hopefully this has helped somebody else. This should work for 2010 to 2015 Camaros, convertibles. Mine's a 2SS RS. And like I said, first time the top's ever been put on the car, or the tonneau cover's ever been put on properly, because never had those posts installed. I read a lot of posts, went through all the old stuff back in 2012, 2013 online, and I didn't see any instructionals or proper instructionals on how to get this together. So hopefully this helps somebody out there. All right, next time.